And now we get a peek at some of the top players here for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis ready to go in the booth. We hope you're ready to go at the controls. Let's play. Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. Off we go from Las Vegas. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. At their own 23-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. It's second and goal at the 24-yard line. Throwing is Hurts, rolling to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Here's Hurts to throw. Got a man. It's Randy Moss, complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Hurts throw going to be caught by Davis. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
does a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. They go play action with Hurts. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Gerald Everett there to make the grab. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now a 7-0 game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. They'll elect to bring it up. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Hurts. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall?
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. That was Ronnie Lott on the safety blitz as he gets the sack. After 7-0 on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Folk's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Montana, escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Montana, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Going to try to throw for it with Montana. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Here's a diving catch right side. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, here's Montana. And once again, this is Sanders. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Inside the 20-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Play action. It's Montana. Steps away to his left.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Here's Montana to throw. The quick slant caught. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Joe Montana keeping it himself from a yard out. And his guys have made this a 1-score game now. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
I feel like we're going to see more and more of this continue to flow into the NFL game, and that is the quarterback run game. Not successful here going for 2, but it's not something that people shy away from totally anymore either.
In particular, do you think more so around the goal line?
I think so. Anytime it's short yardage, anytime you can go ahead and keep the ball in the hands of the quarterback who's athletic, you go ahead and do that rather than risk a handoff or a pitch.
They just couldn't get it done there, though. 2-point try fails. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. Shakes off the sack. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And that sack brings up 4th and goal, a loss of 7. Big play. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Folk's kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. They'll throw now on the final play. He sets to fire deep, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A touchdown, the differential, a 7-point game as we get back underway in quarter number 3. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Montana eluding the pressure right. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
And down inside the 15 he goes. On the option, here's Juszczyk. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. On 2nd and 9, Montana flushed out right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd down and goal. Montana escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
That would give to the big fullback, Juszczyk. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Well, they went for the lead there, and remember, that's the second 2-point try they haven't converted on. So those 2 extra points, if they had those, they'd be winning.
And I think the reason they're going for it here is that they were unsuccessful the first time. So when you miss the first time, you're now in a position where you're chasing points. And in this case, it didn't work out well for them at all.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And this has been a familiar sight all 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And got his man complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Big Al Woods there to make the tackle. 2nd and 10. Shotgun. Here's Montana. He finds his man complete. It's Craig. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. On 1st down, it's Craig. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Craig. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And his guys have taken the lead. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And he tries to get as much as he can here while protecting the football as he dives to the ground. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
That's good for the Seattle Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jalen Waddle, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part one is done, but now on the sideline, you already see him scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball. I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so. And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Montana's throw pulled in by Kittle. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on fourth down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time. Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And to give this time to the tailback. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. Caught left side, it's Beckham. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to tie things up in the final minute. The kick by Gold is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
At their own 39-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. To throw again on second down. Hurts. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former USC C-Man, Taylor Mays. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young
7 seconds left. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Montana. Got a man. It's Jerry Rice. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Joe Montana here going to the air on first down. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot. Couldn't connect. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Hurts throws taken in by Waddle. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Steps away. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They'll roll him out right. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
The tackle by Troy Polamalu. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Well, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He did not have a catch till that moment. Pretty good time for his first one, though, here in OT.
I would agree with that. And just think about how they had to cycle through all the play sheets, right? Tried to find ways to get a lot of people the football. In this case, as you said, he hadn't had a catch all game. Now they find him in a key moment. Really well done. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On second and goal. Hurts dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And he is in for the score! And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Well, as always, Parker, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate it.